Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time of day you are watching this video. Thank you so much. My name is Spence, and I created the Fierce Formula, which is a formula designed to help you as a new agent get up and running in real estate within a matter of weeks and months instead of years and decades, or instead of burning out of the business. Even if you are a seasoned agent, you can jump in. The community is below. Look in the description. Click on the link to go to the Fierce Formula community on the app school. And there you will find classroom training, free training. Like to put that in there. And calendar, Q&A, live, ask Deb anything. Lean in on my 10 years of experience in the real estate industry, and I am sure you will be able to find some tidbit of information that can help you accelerate your real estate career very quickly, effectively, efficiently, in a manner that is tailored towards your personality and your pluses, minuses, and all those things. And we'll talk about that. And it's a good way to move into the topic. The topic today is the riches in the niches. I love saying that. It has a little bit of a twang to it. It's a concept you are probably already familiar with, but what does that have to do with real estate? So real estate is a billion, if not $1 trillion industry. It is huge. It is ginormous. And you will not be able to conquer it all. Trust me. And I'll give you an example. When I started out in real estate, I was young. Younger. And I was so green and naive. I had the business card. My first day when I started, I went to the office and I had my business card there. They had ordered it. Back then they would order you 500 business cards to get you going, because you were responsible for going out to do the open houses for the more senior real estate agents, because of course they didn't work the weekend, the newbies did. And as a newbie, I had my business card, snapped a picture of it, send it off to all my friends in my family, and someone responded, what do you sell this? And I can't remember exactly what it was, because I can exaggerate. It was something that was not what I was training for, residential resale. So I said, have car will travel. Yes, absolutely. And that attitude, have car will travel, I can honestly tell you, and I'm being honest here, right? I am being so honest. I am straightforward. I burned out after 6 months in the business. I did great. My first month listed 10 homes. The next month 15, sold 17 that summer. All 17 homes in 1 month. Not 17 for 6 months. No, 17 homes in 1 month. It was amazing. Amazing. Not But what happened was I was traveling 200 miles sometimes per day. I was 4 hours on the phone cold calling, and then traveling 200 miles per day servicing the listings. And if I had a listing that was, let's say I'm in Philadelphia, that listed in Harrisburg, that is a long gap in between. It's like 2-3 hours in between just to get there, and then another 2-3 hours to get back. That's not sustainable. And it hurt me. It hurt me so much that I ended up finding myself in the hospital, exhausted, dehydrated, and drained. But I did learn that you can't say have car will travel. You have to focus on a slice of the pie, a small segment of the real estate industry, because the industry is huge. There's, real estate development, commercial sales, resale, new construction, rentals of commercial, rentals of residential. There, new construction of warehouses, industrial real estate. There's so many different segments of the real estate industry that if you don't focus on a small part of it, again, you will burn out. We don't want that. We want you started out in real estate, killing it in your niche, because cold calling, trust me, for 4 hours a day and traveling another 200 to service the listing, it's not sustainable, and I don't want you to do that. That's why I created the Fierce Formula. And it sounds like cliche, oh, she created this after working. No, this is legitimate, okay? I realized that I was not able to continue on the path that I was going on. So I wrote down on a sheet of paper everything that I was good at and everything about my personality that I felt stood out. All the pluses. And then there are definitely minuses that I wrote down as well, because I knew that there were certain industries that I would not be successful at as a target market. I felt more comfortable talking to those marginalized communities because I felt a connection to them. I grew up really poor my entire life. I did not know anybody in my family that was worth $1 million. At least in my mind, I didn't believe that. So I felt like real estate would be something that wouldn't resonate with me, because I felt as if I would be so disconnected from helping someone sell hundreds of thousands of real estate and be, coming from a poor background. But I leaned into distressed market, foreclosures, short sales, and HUD homes, because, hey, I felt a connection to these people. They work really hard their entire life. Some were police officers, teachers, nurses, and here they had a illness that they were not able to bounce back from. They didn't have something in the bank like 3, 4, 6 a year, 2 years worth of savings, and they were at the point they were losing their home. So why did I feel connection with them? Because they were being abused by certain systems, and I know all about that. I've watched it growing up with my own eyes. And I also felt a connection because they talk in regular language, regular talk, right? Here I am. I'm not the best at enunciating my words at the time, probably not now either, but I've gotten better. I couldn't even pronounce the name of the company at the time. I had to practice. So it wasn't as if I had to have this perfect articulation, this perfect presentation. I was just myself, and they accepted me, and they believed me, and they trust me, because here I am explaining complex transaction in regular terms and understanding their pain, and they felt that, and they accepted it and embraced me. And that was how I was able to sell so many homes my first year in business without knowing anyone. Didn't know anyone in my city at all. Didn't have anyone in my family that could help me because they were in another city, and I can remind you that grew up very poor. So anywho, what I did was focus on the niche. The niche was distressed properties, but it could be for you luxury property. It could be for you, commercial property, new construction. I had a client that felt frustrated when looking for an apartment with a pet, so decided to do a side hustle as a pet rental real estate agent. She did it part-time. She only wanted to do apartment units or rentals. I have another client that is a nurse, and she focused on helping doctors and nurses sell their homes or buy homes. And she even narrowed it down even further to traveling nurses, helping them with their rentals or buying a home and helping them navigate, sell, or rent it when they move to another location. So the purpose of narrowing down your target market is so that you don't burn out, but most importantly, so you become prosperous, and at the same time you're helping a segment of the population that resonates with you. They like you, they feel comfortable with you. You are what they want and what they need, and that is how you sell real estate as a housing warrior, as a fierce agent, as a successful agent by focusing on your niche. Another reason why that is very important right now, as time of recording, we're in 2024 in July, and the DOJ is investigating the National Association of Realtors. They can laugh and we can smile, but this is the very serious investigation. So we need to learn how to pivot. Also, at the same time, and in the link, I will have a link to the settlement and a link to the lawsuit so you can read it. But the NAR lawsuit, some sellers in California sued the National Association of Realtors, and they also sued some large real estate companies. They felt as if the real estate companies and NAR encourage realtors to only show homes if they were given a certain percentage as the buyer agent. You can read more about it in the details in the description below. I'll also have a link to that lawsuit and, help you follow along with all of the changes in the industry. In the community, that's what we are, community. We share information, and if you have some information that I don't have and you'd like to join the group, go into details, join the group, and share that information in that particular category. But anyway, because of these changes, because of the turnaround upside down in the industry, there are some seasoned agents that saying, "Sayonara, I'm out of here. I can't do this anymore. It's too much of a change." There are newer agents that feel as if they will never ever be able to get paid as a buyer agent. First of all, they should start out becoming a seller agent and not a buyer agent. But I feel their pain, and I am here to help because it doesn't have to be a scary thing. Change is inevitable. Change will happen. Blockbuster Video, a lot of you probably don't even know what that is. But Blockbuster Video Rental was a video rental company, and they had VHS, these sort of like a I don't even know what to call it now. What would that be? Like a disc, I guess? Yeah, it had sort of like a disc. It was called VHS, and it was huge, right? It was really thick. And you put it into what's called a VHS player, and you connect it to your television, and you'll play the movie. You will rent it from Blockbuster for maybe $5, $6 for 24 hours. And if you brought it back late, you would get a late fee, which was huge. If you didn't rewind it, you had to it was like a tape cassette, and if you didn't rewind it, you get penalized for that. And so many things to remember to make being a consumer stressful when you're doing a rental of a video. Netflix comes along and becomes innovative and creative and starts to solve those problems for the consumer. And at the time Netflix came along, it was a DVD disc that was now the thing we watch videos on, and we rent it from Blockbuster. But Netflix came along and said, "Hey, we're going to send that in the mail to you. You don't even have to get up out of your house. We'll mail it to you. When you finish it, put it back into the envelope. We'll give you the envelope, and you mail it back to us postage free." And that was so awesome. I left Blockbuster in a minute, and I went to Netflix. But the crazy thing is that Netflix executives went to Blockbuster and said, "Hey, this is what we have. We like to collaborate with you and merge with you so that we can become this bigger company." And it was a great idea because then they would hook on to Blockbuster customers, but with this innovative idea of sending the videos in the mail. Blockbuster said, not interested. Bye, Felicia. Move on. We have our thing. It's prosperous. It's lucrative. We're making a lot of money doing it this way. This is it. You don't change, and all of that craziness. And they ended up going out of business. Right now, there is only one Blockbuster, and that is in California. I believe it's in Hollywood, California, and it's more like a museum than something that somebody goes and rents videos from. So lesson is that you have to continue to evolve and be innovative and creative as you do any business. And if you think being a real estate agent is working for someone else, you are in the wrong business. Being a real estate agent is showing up for yourself. You are showing up for yourself every day. When you sell real estate, you're showing up for yourself, not for your broker, not for the company. Forget about all of that nonsense. You're showing up for yourself, and you're doing it for you, your family, and obviously your clients. So what I am saying in a very long-winded way is that you have to create a niche, and you have to continue to evolve and consider writing down things that you are good at, what you want to do. And the best way to do it is to write it on a paper or pad or a tablet or whatever it is used to write on, but find a pattern. And when you find that pattern, use that pattern to pick out the niche you want to specialize in. And here's the secret. The secret is you don't have to stay in that niche. If it doesn't work for you, if it's not lucrative or prosperous, or you are really bad at it, you can change. It's fluid. Real estate is fluid. You can change all of the time. You can reevaluate every month, every 6 months, every year. You can change your mind every week. I prefer you not. I would want you to try it out for at least 3 months to see if it works out. But if it doesn't, you can change and pivot and focus on another niche. So you can, maybe write 3 or 4 that you want to try out every 3 months. What I don't want you to do is pick a niche, pet rental, distressed properties, luxury properties, and commercial, and work on them all at the same time. That will not work at all. You will soon find failure in that plan or strategy. You have to pick one, focus on one at a time. Now, I'm not saying that if someone calls you and says, hey, I want you to sell my 10 unit commercial property, and that's not your niche, I don't want you to say no. I want you to partner with someone that can help you. If you're a new agent, partner with a more seasoned agent to help you navigate that sale. But don't say no because that's not your niche. Your niche is just who you focus on, who you advertise in, who you market towards. But what you do can be a full circle of things. You can do commercial, you can do small commercial, you can do residential rentals and resale residentials. You can even throw in a little bit of new construction if you want. But what I want you to do is focus on one corner, one slice of the market as a way of your focused marketing advertisement, so that you're not spending 4 hours on the phone cold calling. Pick a niche, do all that's required in order to speak to that niche, and because you pick that niche, you can communicate with them well. I can communicate with marginalized communities. I feel their pain. I know how it is to be abused by systems over and over again. So I understand their pain, and I know how to help them navigate the process of selling their home. So I can speak to that community. I know where to find them. I know where they are. I know where they hang out. I know what they do on the weekends. I know what they do at night. I know all of those things about my market. And so it is not difficult for me to have sales in my market. Now, someone says, hey, I want you to sell a daycare, which did happen, by the way. I sold a daycare, and I did it in an amazing and a fantastic way, because as an expert in the industry, you can sell anything. But what you don't want to do is say, have car, will travel. I hope this video was very helpful. If you have any other questions, I would love for you to, in the details, in the description below, click the link and join the Fierce Formula community. It gets more involved. It's a community, it's a classroom, it's a live Q&A. I think you will love it and enjoy it, and I hope to see you in there. Thank you so much for watching. Much love.